Hello, dear Year 9s. Welcome back to another online lesson in Design, Engineer and Construct in Technology. And especially, I'm very happy to tell you that we have an exciting lesson, and this is the lesson in which you will start making 3D models of the projects which you have so far been planning. In the past few weeks, you have completed amazing floor plans. You have started with bubble diagrams, you have moved on to grid diagrams, and you have finalized them in floor plans and also elevation views, which were due today. This is great. All of this information you will need in order to proceed onto model making. Now, I would just like to remind you with all of the equipment that we already have. You have completed these grid diagrams for me, and I will not be using this one. This is what I made like a model for you. I will instead be using a different final grid diagram, which I have chosen for myself. It is inspired by student work, and it is different from the previous one where the corridor or foyer or hallway was right here. And I have seen student work, which I thought was amazing, and I used it as a piece of inspiration, where the foyer is at the entrance, and the entrance into classroom 1 and into classroom 2 is right from here. Now, I have decided to sort of make a mirror image of my two classrooms, so they're identical shape, except mirrored. And I have decided to squeeze all my storage rooms, my office, storage, cleaners, cupboards, and toilets right here. Even though this is not a color-coded diagram, it should be pretty easy to understand for you as well. My focus here was the measurements rather than colors, which is why I kept it without color for you. Now, I have added one thing. And I highly recommend for all of you to also consider this for your diagrams, and that is a large entrance patio. This will make a big difference for you and also your real models, okay? Because we're actually going to now start making 3D models of your plans, of your floor plans. And you need to put these models onto a floor, onto grounding, onto something. You can't just start building wall from nothing. Now, in many of your work, I have noticed that some of you have amazing plans. I have seen amazing courtyards, I have seen swimming pools, I have seen courts for playgrounds and so on. And that's a great idea. And before you start making your actual floor plan, consider what kind of a ground, what kind of a patio or ground floor plan you're actually going to place your work on. And on that, you should also be placing your pools, your basketball courts, all of that, tennis courts, everything that you have, patios, and go from there. Now, before we start, or before I show you, demonstrate to you what I would like you to do at home, I need to tell you that we need to change the scale factor, okay? And this is important to sort of slow down on and think about. Now, the scale factor that we have so far been using on our grid diagrams and floor plans has mostly been, in all of our diagrams, 1 centimeter equals 100 centimeter in real life, or scale 1 to 100, which means that 1 centimeter in my diagram equals 100 centimeter in real life, or 1 centimeter squared equals 1 meter squared in real life. Now, if we use this scale, our work will not be very big. It will be as big as an A4 paper. So in order to make a nice, relatively large model, we need to enlarge our scale. And I suggest, to make a nice, decent sized model, is to scale your model in the following way: 1 to 50. So instead of 1 to 100 centimeter, we're scaling now 1 centimeter equals 50 centimeters. This will actually enlarge our work, and it will not be as large as an A4. This is the size of an A4. It will actually be as large as an A3, or perhaps slightly larger depending on your outdoor area. So this is an A3 card, and this is an A4. So we want to make a nice large model, which actually means something on your paper, and that you can actually cut out and see the rooms, go inside there, make nice, decent interior decor, and so on. So we're scaling up. So we need to recalculate our rooms as well. Okay, and this means that you need to redo your maths. So for example, I have made this for you, and this is the large entrance patio. This is the only piece of card that I have colored so far. Okay, so this has been already scaled up. Okay, this is on an A4, this is on an A3, just to give you the idea of the size. Yeah, and to scale up, you need to do the following. For example, on my diagram, my foyer and all of ours should be a room of 8 meters squared. Okay, 8 meters squared. In my diagram, my room is quite simple. It is 4 meters by 2 meters. Now, in order to get your new scale, you need to imagine that your 2 meters is in reality 200 centimeters. Because our new scale is 1 to 50, you need to divide 200 by 50. You will get 4 centimeters, and the same with the other wall. This is why you need to know your perimeters. This is why we did that exercise a few lessons ago about perimeters. Now, if I take the side wall, which is 4 meters long, 4 meters is in reality 400 centimeters. If you take your 400 centimeters and you divide it by your new scale, 50, so 400 divided by 50, you will result in 8 centimeters. Now, if I take a model, a paper model of my foyer, so this is actually this, and if I take a ruler and I check this, you will see that my foyer, which is 4 meters by 2 meters, is exactly 8 centimeters by 4 centimeters. Now, what I would like you to do, first thing, is do your foundation. And then you will need to take a piece of card. I recommend getting for yourself a nice large A3 piece of card. And here you're going to draw out and cut out each one of your rooms in the new scale. All we are doing in the first step of model making is making the floor plan, except scaled up. Okay? So for example, if I take my final grid diagram to show you the example, you have seen my patio. You have now seen my foyer, which I'm going to place on my ground floor, on my floor plan. And I have also made for myself classroom 2 and classroom 1. They're identical in shape. And I'm going to start placing them on my floor, on my patio. And this is classroom 1. 50 meters squared. We need to stick to our design brief. So all your rooms must be the accurate measurements. Next on my plan is the office. So I'm going to take the office, just like I did with the others. I scaled it up and putting it here according to my plan. Next on is the storage. It's right here. This is my storage now in my model. I also made the cleaner's cupboard, which is only 2 meters squared. So I'm putting that here. It's a very small room. It will be accessible through my storage. It will probably not be accessible from toilet, but it is a nice divider between 2 areas of my toilet. And this is the room that represents, or card that represents the toilet, which is 12 meters squared. And I'm putting that down here, okay? Now, for now, I'm expecting you to choose your floor plan, best grade diagram. You already have all your measurements. You have done that in the past lessons, and you now need to build on the knowledge and on the calculations which you have from previous work. And all I expect you to do is scale up, do your maths, get a card, get yourself a ground, which is perfectly to scale, 1 to 50, and start cutting out your rooms. Okay, for now, to build the foundation of our model, this is all I would like you to do. This will be a phased model building, so we are not finishing the model in one go. It is a complicated task to do. So I would like us to go from ground up. Just like you build a normal house, we're going from ground up. Okay, so I'm looking for a grounding floor plan, and I'm looking for each one of your rooms to be cut out perfectly, scaled, and placed on top of your diagram. Now, I don't want you to be using markers or fine liners or pens on your classroom cards or room cards yet. All I want you to do is give it a little label in pencil. Okay, this is because we will be decorating this. We'll be making real floors. We'll be making design elements on top of this. And we don't want any writing to be there and to sort of be in the way so that we cannot remove it. So all you need to know is each one of your rooms, how large it is. Don't stick it down yet, because that will be part of our next phases of the project. And just send me a photo of your floor plan of your new 3D model. Okay, so we're still going with the project. We're still working on eco classrooms. We're just taking it forward. Okay, year 9. This one is a tough one. It will take you a little while to do your maths, so get ready for that. However, you do have May half term, so you have a little bit of an extra time. You should use this extra time to also get hold of card. It will be much easier for you to work with card than with simple photocopy paper. And then draw. You must use a ruler. Please don't try to freehand this. We are now making real architectural models, and we need to be accurate, okay? Accuracy is the skill that we are going for, and there is no way of getting around it. We just need to learn it. We just need to practice it. Year 9s, you've got this. You can do this. I have been receiving impressive work from you. As you can see, your work has inspired me to rework my own work. That's how good your work is. And I look forward to receiving even more inspiring work. So nice photos of the start of your models. Okay? Year 9s, you're doing great. Have a great day, great week, and enjoy your May half term. It is well deserved. You have been self-motivated. You have been working hard. You have been working on other subjects, and you're doing great. Okay, so hang in there. You got this, and I do look forward to seeing your work. Stay well, year 9s. Bye.